Just because it's winter, it does not mean that dropshipping is cooling off. In fact, with the upcoming inauguration of Donald Trump, many think that the economy is going to take off in ways that we haven't seen in years. So this is actually a fantastic time to get into dropshipping if you haven't gotten started yet. And to help you out with it, I'm going to reveal to you 10 products in this video that you can start dropshipping this month for maximum profit to really help your store take off. Now, whenever we enter a new month, I'm always trying to be very strategic and looking at what's coming up in that month that people are going to get very excited about and spend a lot of money on. And this month, we of course think about New Year's resolutions. Lots of people enter the new year, they want to change their life. And primarily, that revolves around exercise and fitness. So one product that I've sold a lot of in the past that's really easy to dropship are these resistance bands. You can see a lot of them for sale here on Walmart. And what I like about them is not only do they fill that need for people to have some sort of exercise equipment at home, but they're nice and small, they're easy to drop ship, and they're usually low in price as well, which is a really fantastic price point to be in, especially as a new seller. You see, when you're drop shipping products, a lot of people think about how they want to drop ship really expensive products so they can maximize their profit. But the problem with that is that it's very hard to convince consumers to buy from you when you don't have a lot of sales history. A lot of the cheaper items are just going to move much faster. And the more products you sell in whatever store, wherever you're selling your products, the more products you sell, the faster you get the ball rolling, and the more the marketplace is going to actually send you sales. It kind of picks up momentum. So we want to be focusing on these cheaper items. So resistance bands, just like this, I always look for items that are low in price and that have good, decent reviews. So this is $20, and you can see it has over 300 reviews here that are all positive. And sets like this do really well when you're drop shipping. I love sets, whether it's resistance bands like this, or I've sold like screwdrivers in the past. I don't want to sell just one screwdriver, I'll sell a whole set of them. So these definitely stand out at me as a winner. If you want to try something a little bit cheaper, you can do this one, which is only about $5.50, and you can see it still has great reviews. So the great thing about drop shipping is that you can list up a wide variety of products and really see what works for your store. So I know that these resistance bands do well because I've sold them in the past. But what I would do is I would list up multiple of them. I would sell this one, that's $20, this one that's $5.50, and this one that's very similar to this one, that's only $13. In fact, I'm actually zeroing in on this one because it's so much cheaper than this $20 one. So you can list up a few of them because if one doesn't sell, it doesn't matter. It's not like you're buying the stock up front and having to move inventory and sell it at a loss. We don't have to worry about that as drop shipping, which gives us a huge advantage. Now, another product in the same sort of niche that's doing really well in the start of the new year for the same reasons are these yoga mats. A nice companion product to the first one. These are used by a lot of people, not just for yoga, but for all types of exercise. And people just buy these up at the start of the new year. Anyone who joins yoga classes as part of their New Year resolution, they need to have a yoga mat of their own. And so they're coming on to different marketplaces and buying them. And so again, I'll list up a couple of these. Like this one's only $10. It has good reviews. I mean, you can't really beat this one. I think that one's probably the winner. This one's not quite a yoga mat because it doesn't roll up. But hey, again, actually this doesn't have free shipping, which and so for a new seller like you, stay away from any items that aren't sold by Walmart. Pro tip there. So you can see all of these items here. It says save with Walmart Plus, that little logo. That means that those items are being shipped and sold by Walmart. This one doesn't have that, so you want to avoid that item. Definitely. Even if it's cheaper, it's just going to give you a lot of headaches. So scrolling through here, I don't see anything cheaper that's being sold by Walmart than that $10 one. So I definitely think this one is the winner. And the great thing about this is that you can list this in all the different colors because you don't know which ones people are going to buy. So you might as well list up all the colors for sale and give them the options. That always increases sales as well when you have all of the different variations available. Now, one final product I want to highlight for you, if you are maybe a bit more of an advanced seller and you want a product that is a bit more money, you can focus on these workout benches. These always do exceptionally well. They have a high perceived value, which is always something that you're looking for with drop shipping. I love drop shipping things like furniture or benches like this because they do have that higher perceived value. People know that they cost more money, but people aren't exactly sure how much money they do cost. If you sell something like an electronic, like maybe like an Apple Watch, anyone can go on apple.com and price compare those. But when it comes to things like furniture or things like this, it doesn't really have a set value that's easy for people to look up. It's more about a perceived value, and people do perceive this as a higher price point item, so it is easier to sell it for higher prices. But again, I'm still going to focus on the same thing, which is looking for the cheapest one possible that still has great reviews. So on this row, this one is $76, but scrolling down, can we find anything? This one is only $60 right here, and it still has fantastic reviews. Sorry, $70. The little bit of a coupon right now, but those can always go away. This one is $60. This one is $51. This one is $43, but it's not quite the same as the other ones. So what I would do looking at this real quick is I would list up this one for sale because this is probably the cheapest one at $50 that we have found so far. But I would also list up this one for sale, add some variety into this. It is a little bit cheaper because again, why not list up these products for sale? It doesn't hurt to add them into your store. But I do think $50 is the cheapest we are going to find. We have this one as well, but it doesn't have quite as good reviews. It's not bad. So hey, we'll list up this one for sale as well because again, it just can't hurt. Now, as we move into January, more and more snow is going to start falling across the country. It's going to accumulate on people's driveways, on their sidewalks, and they're going to need a way to clear it out. So of course, the best way to do that is with a snow shovel. So during January and going into February, sales for snow shovels really take off. So you have to be adding these into your store. Pretty much any supplier that you work with, whether it's Amazon, Walmart, Home Depot, wherever you use, sell these snow shovels. So you want to be looking around for the best ones possible at the cheapest price. So I came over here to Amazon and I see this top one right here. It doesn't have a lot of reviews, but it's only $40, $30 with a coupon. But coming down here, you can see that there are much cheaper options. There's this one that's just about $16 here. This one that's $20. So I'm going to be listing up a few of these into my store. Definitely ones that are about $20 because those tend to be the cheapest, but also some of these bigger ones as well. A bit more money, but they're different and people want different options. So I'm going to give them all those different options. So I'm trying to look for maybe the best one at a certain price point. This one's only $13, but it does not have good reviews. So I'm going to skip that one. I think $20 is our winning price point right here. Where'd that one go? So this, I think, is the winner right here. This is the one I'm going to be listing into my own store. Now, before we move on to other winning products that you should sell, I do want to warn you about one product that you definitely should not be listing into your store during the month of January, no matter how tempting it is. And specifically what I'm talking about are clearance and discounted Christmas items. Although Christmas decorations this time of the year are severely discounted, and it's a great opportunity if you as a consumer want to go into your local store and buy some of these up for yourself for next year. But as a dropshipper, it's a bad idea to be selling these because they quickly go out of stock and they quickly change price. I tried dropshipping Christmas decorations in January in the past, and by the time I try to fulfill the orders, they're out of stock, or the different websites will say they're in stock when in fact they're not. There's a lot of supply issues with clearance items like these, so I just completely avoid them. Along the same lines, any Christmas items I still have listed in my stores, I make sure to delete because those are not going to be available or you're going to run into the same clearance issues. So definitely remove these from your store. Now, so far, I've given you a lot of items that are going to be very hot and popular in the month of January, but we're not going to spend time in this video going over my entire dropshipping system. But no worries, because what I've done is I put together a full guide that goes over exactly how you can start dropshipping. I call it my Dropshipping Secrets ebook. If you want a copy of that completely for free, I'm making it available for a limited time. All you have to do is click the first link in the description down below, and I will email you a copy of it. It gives you a ton of information that I never share on YouTube, so definitely grab it at the first link down below. Now, moving on, we've been talking about stuff that does well in January, but I'm going to look a little bit forward in time right now into the month of February, because coming up in February, we of course have Valentine's Day. Now, Valentine's Day, or really any holiday, people are going to start buying products for it in advance. If Valentine's Day is in the middle of February, people aren't going to buy stuff for it the day of or the day before. They're often going to buy it weeks in advance. So now is actually a great time to start listing Valentine's Day products into your different stores. People will start buying it now, and they'll start buying it more and more as the date approaches. And the earlier you get into this, the more money you are going to make selling Valentine's Day products. Now, I'm not big on Valentine's Day decorations, but there are a couple of products that I see just really take off during February because of Valentine's Day. The first are men's wallets. I think a lot of people buy this for the man in their life as a gift for Valentine's Day. And in particular, there are a ton of different wallets that you can choose from, but in particular, the ones that I see doing really, really well are the ones that look like this. There are these minimalist wallets, very slim looking. These do very, very well for some reason recently, and particularly around Valentine's Day. And $15 is about the price point I always see for these wallets on Amazon. So you can list them up for sale on eBay, and that's a pretty competitive price. And again, I'm going to be listing all these different colors because the more variations, the more customers you are going to attract here. So I don't know why the price on this changed. It's interesting. So let me see if I can find this a little bit cheaper, because only some of these are the cheaper price, like this one. So we can do men's wallets minimalist. And I think you'll see, yeah, we have like this one, that's $20. This one, looking for another one that looks like the one we were looking at, like this one right here. Perfect. This is $10 right here. The same design, it has good reviews. That's a winning one right there. These two aren't that bad either. This one doesn't have fantastic reviews, not a lot, but this one does. So I think I would try to list up kind of like both of these because this is the general style that we see doing very, very well during Valentine's Day. Now, on the other side of this, if you're looking for a gift, or someone is looking for a gift for a special lady in their life, Valentine's Day jewelry is very, very hot during the month of February. I will admit, I'm not the biggest expert when it comes to jewelry. I never really tend to get it right, but you can see that there are just a lot of different options on Amazon for these at very low prices. So I just try to take more of a shotgun approach and try to list up a bunch of these like in the $10 range. So one like this maybe, that looks pretty bad though. One like this, somewhere around there, and just kind of hope that some of them do well. But again, just to be fully honest about this, I'm not the biggest expert when it comes to jewelry. Now, so far, I have shown you 6 different categories of items that, based on my experience, I have seen do really well in January. But next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into some software that's actually going to highlight for you products that are hot and popular right now based on data. So it's going to be able to pull data from these different marketplaces and tell us which ones are doing the best. So the first we are looking at is Zeek Analytics. This is it right here. And by the way, I will have links to this software and the next one I'm going to show you inside that free guide that I mentioned before. And if you use those links, you can actually get free trials or like $1 trials of this software. All of that's included in the free guide that's at the first link down below. But anyway, I have an account with them right here, and they actually have a lot of different product research tools in here. So the first one I want to show you is right here on the dashboard. They're actually able to show us trending eBay products. You don't even have to do any searching yourself. They literally just show them right here. So I want to find items that are being drop shipped from Walmart to eBay. And so what I see here are these Gecko remote control wall crawler. So I guess it crawls up the wall and it's remote controlled. I've never heard of this product before, but it doesn't matter because Zeke is able to see for us that this is a popular product. In fact, in the last 30 days, this is sold 9 times for about a $20 profit on eBay. And if I want to find this product, I just have to click right here and it would bring me over to Walmart. So this is definitely an item I'm going to be listing into my own store because I see that as popular. It's selling right now, right? It's sold about 9 times in the past 30 days and the profit margin's great on it. It's $53 and the profit on it is over $20. So definitely a winning product right there that I never would have found without this software. This one is some sort of food thickener. I try to stay away from food stuff as much as possible. But you can also see right here, there's an electric heated blanket. And of course, that is going to be a popular item this time of the year as things get cold. This one is sold only twice in the past 30 days and has a $5.33 profit. Again, I can click here and find it on Walmart. So not bad at all. But maybe I would try to find something that has a bit more sales volume. So let's take a look at some of the other tools to try to find that second product. So coming over here, I'm now in the trending eBay niches section. And this shows me all the top categories on eBay right now with the most sales volume. So I see that gold chain bracelets for men are very, very popular. Look right under that. We have those men's wallets that I mentioned before, but we won't dive into that one again. Let's actually look at the gold chain bracelets for men because that could be a product that does really well, not only right now as we see, but it can also do well for Valentine's Day as well. And I see that this one right here, this is about $19 and it sold 30 times in the past month. So very, very popular item. This one is $32. It sold 32 times for about $28. This one's $10 and it's sold 30 times. So I can do the same method as I showed you before. I'll go into Amazon, search for these gold necklaces. I don't need to find an exact match. In fact, I don't try to find an exact match at all because then I'll be competing with the people that are already selling that. Instead, I'm going to look for something similar, again, at that lower price point. And if I could find something on Amazon for about $10, then I can easily sell it for about $19 or $28 and grab some of the sales that these people are making themselves. And we have proof that these are working and selling because we see that information here on Zeke. Now for the next 2 products, we're going to use another software called AutoDS. Now AutoDS is actually the software used to automate my entire dropshipping store. So once we find the products, we can actually use this to list them. And once they're listed, if there's any price changes on the supplier's website, those will be automatically updated on eBay or TikTok, wherever it is I'm selling. So right now we're going to use AutoDS to actually find products as well because they have a product research tool built in. And I find this really helpful for drop shipping on TikTok. So they have a tool here called the Ad Spy tool. So we're going to dive into that real fast. And what this is showing us are very popular videos here on, or that come from TikTok. So coming down here, let's take a look at this one right here. This shows you the video right here. So what it's explaining is that some hoses are just really terrible and they have leaks in it or they break. So this is a way to actually fix a broken hose. So very unique. I've never seen anything like that. It definitely solves a problem, which is really cool. And we can see right here on the right, all the information about it. So it has 1.4 million views, which is fantastic. The interaction rate incorporates how many shares it has, how many comments, how many reactions compared to the number of views. Now 0.44% is a bit low, but what you'll find is that the more views it gets, usually the lower the interaction rate just because the views are so great. More importantly, I come down here and I see that the number of views is only going up as time goes on. That's really important. You don't want a video that kind of flatlined and is no longer getting a lot of views. So this is a very popular video and continues to be, which means that this is probably a popular product. We can actually see the original post right here if I want. This is actually being sold on Facebook, this one. But again, I can go on Amazon. They always sell the same products and list up these same products on TikTok myself and on eBay myself, because we know that this is really catching people's eyes. So that's a great product right there. Really solid one. I've never seen that before, so I'm pretty excited about that one myself. And then let's take a look at this one right here. So this one has 152,000 likes. So relatively speaking, that's not a ton for TikTok, but you see it is trending upwards. It did flatline a little bit, but it did pick up momentum again. And we see the interaction rate is very high at over 2%. So whatever jewelry this is, it's obviously catching people's eyes and they really, really like it. And if I scroll down here, I can actually see the product right here. So I'm going to look for something very similar on Amazon so I can then sell it on eBay and TikTok, because I know that this is something that is going to catch people's eyes. So I do a search, try to find it for as cheap as possible, and then list it into my own stores. So there you go. Those are 10 products that are hot in the cold month of January to definitely heat things up for your dropshipping store. So if you appreciate this video, please go down below and give this video a thumbs up. And let me know in the comments section if you found it helpful, and I'll make a video like this every single month for you. While you're down there, make sure to download my free guide that I mentioned before at the first link in the description down below. Thanks so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.